Hello students, today we will start our next topic, nutrition and animal. As we know, all the animals are heterotrophs, so they are dependent on plants to obtain their food. They may be holozoic in nature, as we have discussed earlier, or they may be parasitic. Somewhere they may be saprotrophic also. So overall, all the animals are heterotroph. They cannot synthesize their own food. That's why they have to obtain their food from the plant material. Whether we are talking about uni or multicellular organisms, but in all the animals, some things are common, like their steps of nutrition. They have to follow some specific steps to get the nutrition from the nutrients. So first of all, about the steps of nutrition. As I told you earlier, these are common in all. These are common in uni as well as multicellular organisms. Now what are the steps? The first one is ingestion. The common meaning of ingestion is intake of nutrients. It's intake of nutrients. The second word or second step is digestion. Second step is digestion. That means breakdown of larger nutrients, larger and complex nutrient into the smaller ones so that they can be easily absorbed and the energy can be obtained from them. So the digestion is a process in which there will be two kinds of digestion, physical and chemical. So right now you can say the digestion is a process where the larger and complex food substance get modified into smaller and simpler one. While the third step is called as absorption. That means intake of smaller and soluble It's intake of simple and smaller food directly into blood or body tissue. Fourth step is assimilation. It's utilization of energy or utilization of absorb. This food can be utilized to obtain the energy or to form various structure in the body. Fifth and the last step is digestion. It's reverse of ingestion. That means here there will be outlet of undigested food. So you can see in uni as well as in multicellular organisms, if the organisms want to obtain a food material, then these steps has to proceed. The first one is ingestion, that is intake of nutrient. After the taking in the nutrients or food particles, it has to digest it. The next one is after digestion, the simpler soluble substance is absorbed by the various cells of body, it's absorption, and inside the cell these are utilized to get energy or to form something in the body. This is called as assimilation. At the last, the step is digestion. The food particles which are not digested in our body, we have to expel out of them. Now I'll discuss about the every step. The first step is ingestion. I told you the simple meaning of ingestion, that is intake of food. Now we have to intake food by a pore that is called as mouth, which is known as the first pore of body. But in the unicellular organisms, or where the protoplasmic grade of body organization or cellular grade of body organization is found, there is no distinct pore like mouth. So they have to form a specific mouth at the time of ingestion of food. It's called as cell mouth or cytostoma. Cyto, cell, stoma, pore. Like in the amoeba, when the food particle come nearer to amoeba, it will form finger-like projection called as pseudopodia. These are just before. Suppose this one is a food particle which is going to ingested by amoeba. Then these finger-like projections, these are pseudopodia, and the pore developed by pseudopodia. This pore is called as cytostoma or cell mouth. The second step is called as digestion, that is further categorized into various categories on the basis of site or on the basis of the process. First, on the basis of if the digestion takes place outside the cell, then it's called as extracellular digestion. Extracellular digestion. Extra, outside cellular cell. If the digestion takes place outside the cell, then it's called as extracellular digestion. Like in human being. But if digestion takes place inside the cell, then this is called as intracellular digestion. It's found in the lower animals. Here the digestion takes place inside the cell, like amoeba. Somewhere extra and intracellular, both kind of digestions are found. It's found in the third category, you can write here, it's extra plus intracellular digestion. It's found in porifers. In sponge, you can see both kind of digestion are available. You can write porifers. This one is on the basis of site. If the digestion takes place inside the cell, it's very common in unicellular. Extracellular is advanced kind of digestion that is found in the multicellular, and the cellular grade of body organization contain intra and extra both kind of digestion. That is written here. Example is sponge, just before you. The next kind of digestion is called as, that is based on the process. On the basis of process, we can categorize digestion into two categories. The first is called as physical or mechanical digestion. In which the larger particles will break down into the smaller one directly. There will be no change in the chemical composition, but you can say the large food particle will break down into the smaller one. Like the chewing process. You can write the example, chewing. The scientific name for the chewing is mastication. That is done in our buccal cavity. In the lower animal, instead of teeth, some specific apparatus are found. These are responsible for physical or mechanical digestion, like crop or gizzard. A heavy muscular exercise is done and it's responsible for the chewing-like process. Here the large food particle will break down into the small one. Just like that, one more apparatus like the teeth are found. It's called as radula. It's found in molluscan, where this radula act as the teeth and helpful in the chewing or breakdown of the food. That is a physical breakdown. On the basis of digestion process, the second and the main kind of digestion is called as chemical digestion, in which the complex food particle will break down into the simpler and soluble one with the help of various enzymes. So actually the digestion process is basically called as chemical digestion, in which with the help of different kind of enzymes, the complex food particle will break down into the simple and soluble. The third process is called as absorption, in which the digested food is diffused into blood or protoplasm directly. This contains two steps. In the multicellular organelles, the digested food will diffuse into blood, and later on with the blood that will move along with the blood, it will move in throughout the body, where the cells get absorb the food material. And in the unicellular or cellular grade organization, the digested food is directly absorbed into the cell. That's why it's directly reach up to the protoplasm. The fourth step is assimilation. As I already described, assimilation is the process where the intake or absorbed food is utilized, but this absorbed food is utilized. This utilization can be done in two ways. To get energy, one step is to get energy, and that is done by simply respiration process, where the food get oxidized and liberate the energy. And the second step is it's directly utilized to synthesize or for the structural process, like the absorbed amino acids are utilized to make proteins. The absorbed nucleotides, these are directly utilized to synthesize DNA, RNA. So these kind of steps are also done. So you can write the absorbed food is utilized for the oxidation process, or this one is utilized for the anabolism or synthesis. And the last step is removal of undigested remains. It's called as digestion. Here the undigested food is expelled out of the gut. Now I'll start the topic digestion in unicellular organelles. Unicellular organelles will follow all these steps, and digestion is done in the intracellular way. Digestion will be intracellular. Here the physical and chemical, both kind of digestion is done, but mainly that will be chemical digestion, because the organism is unicellular, it cannot ingest the large food material.